Nam mô Bổn sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Respectfully greetings to the Venerable Sangha and warm blessing to all dear viewers of the Kamau Buddhist News program. May the Triple Gem bring peace, joy and harmony to all of us as we come together once again to review the outstanding Buddhist activities that took place across Kamau province during the past week. In today's program, we will revisit a series of a day of peace retreats at various temples, Dharma talks on foundational Buddhist teachings, youth cultivation programs, the groundbreaking of a new Buddha breed. Let us now begin with our first story. On the morning of November 28, 2025, Bhutan Temple in Vĩnh Thanh Commune hosted a day of peace retreat led by Venerable Pháp Chánh, the abbot. The retreats were held alongside a Buddhist study class, drawing many lay Buddhists back to the temple for Dharma cultivation.
On the morning of November 20, 2025, Bhutan Temple Vĩnh Thanh Commune solemnly hosted a day of peace retreat in conjunction with a Buddhist studies class under the guidance of Venerable Pháp Chánh, the abbot. The event welcomed a large assembly of lay Buddhists returning to cultivate the Dharma. During the session, the abbot delivered a Dharma talk titled Worshipping the Buddha, Bowing to the Buddha, Making Offering to the Buddha. He explained the meaning and value of these three foundational practices in the life of a Buddhist disciple. Through his warm and accessible teaching, he encouraged the assembly to maintain a reverent heart and apply the Dharma in every mindful action. In this occasion, a delegation of Buddhists from Ho Chi Minh City joyfully offered gifts, creating wholesome conditions that enriched the retreat's atmosphere of harmony and diligent practice.
On November 23rd, Long Phước Temple in Vĩnh Trạch World welcomed a large gathering of practitioners for the 278 a day of peace retreat. During the Dharma session, Venerable Tuệ Nhật, Deputy Secretary of Central Committee for Lay Buddhist Guidance, presented a teaching on the meaning of repentance in Buddhism.
On the morning of November the 23rd, 2025, Long Phước Temple, Vĩnh Trạch World, welcomed a large gathering of Buddhists for the 278th A Day of Peace retreat. During the Dharma session, Venerable Tuệ Nhật, Deputy Secretary of the Central Committee for Lay Buddhist Guidance, delivered a talk on the meaning of repentance in Buddhism. He explained that the repentance is not merely a ceremonial act, but a profound method of transforming body and mind. It is the process by which a practitioner recognizes mistakes, clearly sees unwholesome actions, and resolutely vows not to repeat them. Practiced with sincerity and concentration, repentance purifies the three karmas and brings serenity to body and mind. Citing Dhammapada, verse 173, he taught, "One who dispels evil deeds with good actions shines in this world like the moon freed from clouds." Venerable Tuệ Nhật presented four methods of repentance: formal repentance, visualization repentance, name recitation repentance, and non-arising repentance, and emphasized the importance of introspection before judging others. Through true repentance, one not only transforms oneself, but also contributes to spreading others and compassion in society.
Also on the same day, Ngọc Giác Monastery in Hiệp Thành World held the second youth retreat titled The Timeless Golden Dharma under the guidance of Venerable Minh Giác, the abbot.
On November 23, 2025, Ngọc Giác Monastery, Hiệp Thành World held the second youth retreat titled The Timeless Golden Dharma under the guidance of Venerable Minh Giác, the abbot. The event drew a large number of young participants eager to learn and practice the teachings of the Buddha. Through an engaging question and answer format, the Venerable delivered a Dharma talk titled The End of the Human World, reminding the youth to youth life as a temporary stop, thereby learning to appreciate each breath and cultivate mindful living. Encourage them to uphold the three refuges and the five precepts, the guiding lamp that nourishes wholesome seeds within oneself and society. Retreat included folk dance activities, chanting sessions, and wholesome games that foster joy and togetherness. Later that day, the monastery and lay Buddhists distributed 600 vegetarian meal boxes and bottled water to patients and caregivers at Bạc Liêu General Hospital, offering comforts and encouragement to those undergoing treatments.
On November 27, the Bạc Liêu Buddhist Social Charity Committee, led by Chairwoman Nguyễn Kim Lý, collaborated with local authorities to commence construction of rural bridge number 170 in Phước Hòa Hamlet, Phước Long Commune.
On November 27, 2025, the Bạc Liêu Buddhist Social Charity Committee, led by Chairwoman Nguyễn Kim Lý, coordinated with local authorities to commence construction of rural bridge number 170 in Phước Hòa A Hamlet, Phước Long Commune. The old bridge, 26 meters long and 1.5 meters wide, had severely deteriorated and lacked railings, posing significant danger. The new bridge, 26 meters long and 2 meters wide, has a total budget of 144,900,000 Vietnamese dong. With 30 million Vietnamese dong provided by the local government, the remainder was contributed by benefactors through the charity committee. Local leaders expressed gratitude for the Buddhist community's contributions and encouraged adherence to safety and construction standards. Chairwoman Nguyễn Kim Lý expressed hope that authorities and residents would continue to support the project for timely completion and community benefit.
On November 30th, Nun Venerable An Duyên, President Nun of Vĩnh Thái An Temple in Vĩnh Hậu Commune, solemnly organized the youth retreat, paying lotus bus guidance. Many young participants returned to the temple to cultivate mindfulness and gratitude.
On November 30th, 2025, Nun An Duyên, resident nun of Vĩnh Thái An Temple, Vĩnh Hậu Commune, solemnly organized the youth retreat, Hướng Đạo Búp Sen Hồng, welcoming many young participants returning for practice. In a serene atmosphere, the student chanted the Olambana Sutra, cultivating gratitude, filial piety, and wholesome qualities. The retreat emphasized purification of the body and mind, and the dedication of merit to all beings. During the program, Venerable Minh Tiếng, resident monk of Bu Linh Temple, Hòa Bình Commune, taught Buddhist etiquette, the six harmonies principle, and the five precepts, and guided the youth in singing Niệm An Vui. Through music, the student learned to recognize happiness in simple moments and nurture loving kindness in daily life.
On the same day, at Long Phước Temple, Venerable Đồng of the Provincial Buddhist Intermediate School delivered a Dharma talk on the principle of motion and stillness. He explained that all phenomena unfold through the interaction of movement and stillness. Understanding this principle helps practitioners perceive impermanence, develop wisdom, and recognize true happiness in the present moment.
On November 38, 2025, at Long Phước Temple, Vĩnh Trạch Ward, Venerable Đồng, lecturer of the Provincial Buddhist Intermediate School, delivered a Dharma talk on the principle of motion and stillness during the Vipassana meditation retreat. He explained that all phenomena arise from the interplay between movement and stillness. Deep contemplation of this principle reveals impermanence, nurtures wisdom, and enables insight into life's unfolding. He encouraged practitioners to apply this understanding in daily life to recognize that true happiness lies in the present moment. During the retreat, Venerable Phổ Tâm guided sitting and walking meditation, helping participants nurture mindfulness and perceive the subtle interaction of body and mind.
On December 7th, Phước Bửu Temple in Châu Thới Commune hosted the 4 youth retreat, Young People and Buddhism. Venerable Trung Thuận, the resident monks, guided the activities.
On December 7, 2025, Phước Bửu Temple, Châu Thới Commune held the 4 youth retreat young people and Buddhism under the guidance of Venerable Trung Thuận, the resident monk. The retreat opened the flag ceremony and Dharma anthem, establishing a meaningful spiritual atmosphere. Inside the main hall, chanting session helped the youth settle their minds and develop mindfulness. In his Dharma talk, Venerable Trung Thuận presented the life of the Buddha from the birth to enlightenment, recounting the Buddha's journey from his birth in Lumbini and royal upbringing to his contemplation of suffering, renunciation, and attainment of enlightenment. To reinforce learning, students were invited to summarize the lesson, deepening their understanding and nurturing wholesome seeds within.
Also on December 7th, the 279th A Day of Peace retreat and basic Buddhist study class took place at Long Phước Temple.
On December 7, 2025, the 279th A Day of Peace retreat and basic Buddhist studies class were held at Long Phước Temple. Siêng Nhân Tịnh Hoa, lecturer at the Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City, delivered a teaching on the 5 areas, helping practitioners understand the components that constitute body and mind. She emphasized that clear recognition of their arising and ceasing reduces attachment and transforms unwholesome tendencies. She further encouraged cultivating loving kindness through helping others, practicing generosity, gentle speech, tolerance, and forgiveness, thus fostering inner peace and nurturing moral beauty in daily life.
Concluding this week's news on December 7th, Vĩnh Quế Temple in Lang Trong War hosted a Dharma talk titled Choosing Friends, Choosing Places, presented by Venerable Phước Thiện of Minh Bửu Temple.
On December 7, 2025, Vĩnh Quế Temple, Lang Trong War held a day of peace retreat under the organization of Nan Yu Trang. The assembly listened to a Dharma talk titled Choosing Friends, Choosing Places, delivered by Venerable Phước Thiện, resident monk of Minh Bửu Temple, Đồng. He taught that choosing virtuous companions and wholesome environments is essential for cultivating morality and wisdom. He explained 4 types of friends: flower light, mountain light, scale light, and earth light, and described corresponding environment that support practice. He encouraged the assembly to rely on virtuous spiritual friends who nurture goodness, protect mindfulness, and guide one toward inner peace. Choosing wholesome friendship and supporting environment, he emphasized, helps safeguard and develop the seeds of virtue within oneself.
Dear venerables and viewers, this meaningful activity reflects the spirit of cultivation, service, and compassion that continue to flourish within the Buddhist community of Kamau Buddhism. We sincerely thank you for joining us in today's program. May the blessing of Triple Gem bring peace, good health, and clarity to all. We look forward to seeing you again in our next broadcast. Nam Mô Buddhaya.